Yo, what's going on, Los Angeles? Welcome to the Rams Skinny here on the LAFB network. This is your daily dose of Rams news and some real positive comments, Skinny, about one of the Rams' newest additions, defensive tackle Poona Ford. The great Mina was raving about Poona Ford, and fans should be excited about this guy. He had a fantastic year cross town with the LA Chargers and now comes to the Rams. And I think there's a lot to be excited about. What did Mina have to say about one Puna?
She went all out on the superlatives. She said one of the most underrated players of his generation. She labeled him as the missing piece to the Rams defense. Fantastic fit for the Rams scheme, and it solves a lot of their problems. And I believe in most of what she says, but not everything. I don't know if he's one of the greatest or most underrated players of his generation. I think he's underrated. I think he proved that last year with what he did with the Chargers. 23 run stops, got himself an interception, a couple of sacks, and really did a great job clogging up the middle for the run, which, to her point, was a big problem for the Rams last season. So, I mean, specifically Colby Turner and Braden Fiske, so they're a bit lighter weight, much more in the pass rush expertise. And this guy just brings in, we were talking about Emmanuel Forbes, and I said he was in the 0th percentile in weight. This guy's kind of the complete opposite. He's in the 0th percentile in height. He's just 5'11".
Yeah, 310.
Yeah, 5'11", 310. So, they needed to drop a guy in there, and they committed to him 3 years, $27 million. So nothing exorbitant, but that's going to take him into his 30s. So they're committed to him for a while. They obviously have a lot of belief in him, and so I think Mina's kind of right on the money here. She's a Seahawks fan, and he was drafted by the Seahawks. So maybe she's leaning into that a little bit.
Yeah, I think leaning in a little bit. I agree. I think maybe a little too high praise, but certainly very good. I think what's most exciting to me is while he had a great year with the Chargers last year, and we saw how important he was to that defense, he did put some great things on tape when he was with the Seahawks. He was with the Seahawks for almost 5 years, and had a 53 tackle season with the Seahawks. Always averaged around 2 sacks from the interior. Had kind of 6 to 8 tackles for loss in that 6 to 10 QB quarterback hits. So has been really consistent kind of since being drafted outside of an injured 2023 season with Buffalo. He's been really consistent his whole career. So it seemed like he got a lot more praise last year since being with the Chargers. Obviously, part of that's probably because we cover him. So we cover the Chargers as well. So maybe we heard more. Part of that being in LA, we heard more versus Seattle. But I mean, Rams played Seattle. They're in the division. So we obviously saw Poona Ford twice a year when he was with the Seahawks. And McVay obviously saw what he liked and what he's able to do against his offense and being able to add that. My question for you, Skinny, maybe we're being like Mina Kimes here and going a little too crazy, but obviously take out Aaron Donald. I know he's interior technically, but obviously take him out. When you look at interior defensive linemen, do you think in the McVay era, does Poona Ford have the ability to potentially be one of the best? When you look at the likes of Michael Brockers, who's kind of that tween interior edge, kind of that 3-tech, 5-tech. When you look at Gray Gaines, when you look at Sebastian Joseph Day, when you look at Ashawn Robinson, like those guys, obviously now with the emergence of Kobe Turner, like, do you think Poona Ford has the ability to maybe be the best of all those guys?
For the thing that they're going to ask him to do, which is play early downs, run downs, I think he's going to be invaluable. There's a problem when assessing the Rams defensive line. You've already touched on it. It's Aaron Donald. It's like he made everybody around him a lot better. So taking that calculus out, I think that he has the ability to really put himself on the map in terms of Rams defensive linemen in this era. You look at what Ashawn Robinson did in the championship season, and he eclipsed anything that Poona Ford had done from a run stopping perspective, but also from a pressure perspective. So I think, but but again, you're weighing that against what Donald was doing on the other side of the line, and that freed up Ashawn to be able to do more. But yeah, I think that, if they can raise their level of run defense to a certain echelon, where it's not a liability anymore. I'm talking Super Bowl. I'm talking Super Bowl roster again. And if he's what kind of pushes them into that realm, if he can get them over the hump that we saw last year, the Saquon Barkley hump, then absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that role player, he's going to play like 600 snaps for him probably. If as a role player, if you can just lock that down, that's Super Bowl winner right there.
Yeah, that's what you need. You need guys in their role doing their job as set pieces. And if he can have the same success or greater success than what those before him did with Aaron Donald next to them, which he will not have, then I think you could absolutely put him in the conversation as best interior D lineman of the Sean McVay era. Now we got to see him do it. The season hasn't started yet, but just based on his history in the league, he's done some very good things. And obviously the body type fits the need. He knows that's his role. Like what made it so tough with, I'm trying to blank on his name now, who's no longer there, who wanted to be like a pass rusher, but they
Bobby Brown.
Thank you. Yeah. He obviously never really voiced anything until after the season, but clearly did not like what his role was. And, to each their own. Like we all have jobs where you think you maybe are doing something that you shouldn't be doing and you're better at something else. But clearly that was a discontent or not on the same page with Brown and the organization, and hence why he's no longer here. Whereas Poona Ford, I think, will know, like, my role is run stopping. Like, cool, if I get to the quarterback, that's a cherry on top. But my role is plugging holes, stopping the run, freeing up guys like Jared Verse and Byron Young on the outside, or even allowing Kobe Turner to rush from the inside while I am taking on double teams and being gap sound. And so the fact that he will know that role, embrace that role, I think will only benefit the team better and will hopefully aid in this epidemic of run stopping that they seem to have down the stretch against elite running backs. So, yeah, I think he absolutely has the ability to be great with this team, with this current roster construction, with this defensive scheme. And while maybe saying he's the most underrated player at his position of his generation is a bit high, I will say I think this is maybe the most underrated signing of this free agency class in the NFL period, because of what he will be asked to do with the Rams is exactly what his skill set has proven to be throughout his career. So, I mean, I can't wait. I think there was a home run signing and can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's like one of those instances where, the speaker says, look to your left, look to your right, tell me what you see. It's like you look around the defensive line, it's like pass rusher, pass rusher, pass rusher, all at Fiske. I mean, Kobe Turner, is a bit of an exception. Byron Young, Jared Verse, these guys are all interested in getting after the quarterback. That's where all their skill set is. And it's great that those are game-changing plays. Sacks, stop drives, dead in their tracks, negative plays. Great. Just got to get a little bit more gap sound.
Yeah.
That's what he's here for. So I think 100% most underrated free agent signing. I think this is better. I think this is better than Davante Adams, to be honest with you. I think they could have had a great offense without Davante Adams. I don't think they can have a great defense without a guy like Poona Ford in the middle.
Perfectly said. I totally agree. So not only underrated, maybe the signing for the Rams of free agency, their best signing. Let us know what you guys think. Drop a comment below on the Rams LAFB YouTube channel. You can head to our forum message board, Rams message board on LAFBnetwork.com, or always hit us up on social at RL Anderson LAFB, at Ryan Dyrett LAFB, at LAFB Network is the main channel. This is your daily dose of Rams talk on the Rams Skinny. We'll be back soon with plenty more. For Skinny T, I'm Ryan Dyrett. Everyone be well, be safe. Talk to y'all soon.